along DSC Expressway, Otokutu, Delta State. For more inquiries, please call 0802-808-8144 and 0806-680-8953 and 0803-446-7510. Plantation City, your dream city in nature.
Have you not heard of coronavirus?
Coronavirus?
Yes, COVID-19. You know prevention is better than cure. Always have your hand sanitizer with you. Always remember to wash your hands regularly with soap and clean water. Yes. Whenever you want to sneeze or cough, you feel like this. Let's go. Fellow Nigerians, our culture encourages cleanliness.
This message is from NTA and NCAC.
If them tell you say you could quarantine yourself, now you say you go sit down for house. You no go work, you no go school, you no go anywhere where people plenty. Most importantly, you no go allow anyone to come visit you for house. If you notice say your body they do you one kind, like say you get a cough or catarrh, carry phone and call the numbers where your government don't talk say me you call. No waka go hospital until they tell you say make you come. If you live inside house with other people, make sure say you choose bedroom where get window where they carry breeze enter, they come out well. And lock yourself inside. If you share bathroom and toilet with other people, make sure say everybody don't finish before you enter. And no share towel, soap or sponge with any other person. Dirty way you want to wait, suppose they inside 2 bags. If later test come out say you dey positive, now that dirty they go come carry through way separately. If you live alone, make sure say you use internet to buy things for yourself or ask your friends or your families to help you. But they must leave them by your domot. The coronavirus they cause make some people no well for body. It dey affect 4 out of 5 people this way. The self-quarantine or self-isolation where you want to do will make sure so you know infect old people or people who already get sickness for body.
It is a very challenging time for us all. We must therefore come together, support our government and health personnel to fight against and stop the spread of coronavirus pandemic. We must endeavor to
prevent infections by washing your hands with soap and running water for at least 20 seconds.
You can also use alcohol-based hand sanitizer if you don't have immediate access to soap and water.
It is natural to cough and sneeze, but when you do it into your elbow like this, or into a tissue paper like this. Dispose immediately to protect yourself and everyone around you.
In these trying times, it is important to avoid unnecessary socializing. As much as you can, avoid crowded spaces.
Maintain at least 6 feet between yourself and the next person. Make sure to wear a face mask whenever you appear in public. Avoid touching your face, especially your eyes, nose and mouth.
And when you feel sick, please by all means necessary, stay at home and immediately seek medical attention.
Most importantly, if you are experiencing symptoms like fever,
dry cough, running nose,
body ache,
sore throat, difficulty in breathing,
tiredness and diarrhea.
In all of this, please make sure to maintain good personal hygiene.
Please do not hesitate to call the Delta State COVID-19 response number.
glorious home call, the families of Enemodia of Jakpa Quarters in Uya local government area and Oyibo of Igbokode Shekiri in Warri South local government area, both of Delta State, announced the death of Chief Kenneth Teddy E. Agbamu JP, the Ovok Yoruwe of Uya Kingdom, aged 76. Burial arrangements, Wednesday 17 June 2020, 4 p.m. Service of songs at Christ Anglican Church, Etedo Primary School, Efrum. Friday 19 June 2020, 7 a.m. Cops leaves Ahmed Specialist Clinic mortuary for his family compound, Jakpa Quarters, for a brief line-in state. 8 a.m. Cops arrives at his residence in Ugborijo behind DDPA for a brief stopover. 11 a.m. Cops arrives Christ Anglican Church by Etedo Primary School for a funeral service. Interment follows immediately at his residence in Ugborijo behind DDPA, followed by entertainment of guests. Sunday 21st June 2020, 9 a.m. outing service at Chapel of the Resurrection Anglican Church, Ugborijo behind DDPA, Ugborikoko. May his soul rest in peace. Amen. Signed Okierieta Agbamu for the children and Michael Onoyake for the family.
If a pack of souvenir is 1,875 naira, how much will it cost to get for 750 guests?
1,406,250 naira.
Correct.
So girl is very sharp. Oh.
She takes after her brother.
For years, cowbell milk has been building great minds and strong bodies.
Ma, me too. I like to have brain.
Cowbell, our milk.
Are you ready? It's Airtel Thanks Cash Token Reward. Airtel offers all loyal subscribers a chance to win up to 100 million naira weekly. Get rewarded with cash tokens when you buy Airtel airtime, data, or pay for utilities. Each cash token gives you an instant cashback and a chance to win between 5,000 naira to 100 million naira weekly at the National Cash Token Draw, showing every Saturday at 9:30 p.m. on AIT and also every Saturday at 8 p.m. on Pop Central DSTV channel 189. To claim or spend your cashback and winnings, dial *479# or visit www.airtelthanks.ng. Airtel Thanks Cash Token Reward is available to all Airtel customers. Stay loyal to the smartphone network. Terms and conditions apply.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Star Times. Enjoy digital life. If football no day to watch, why they can't say make we pay more money to watch nothing? My brother no gree yo. Now on top Star Times you'll get better entertainment. Everything you need there on top Star Life, Z Cinema, E Entertainment and Novella E Plus. Information tanda on top Channels TV, Human Rights TV, BBC and Fox. As today has the dodge for coronavirus, so connect with Baba God on top Dove TV, Ibada TV and Ikra. The Oga Patapata of them all be say Bundesliga don't land Gidigba on top Star Times for this month of May. Our DTT decoder now still 7,900 naira. Our DTH decoder now still 8,900 naira. We not be like them. We not increase our price because for this period we and you now paddy for jungle. Star Times. Enjoy digital life.
Owning a home is everybody's dream, but owning a home in a conducive environment with facilities that makes life easy, that is the dream at Plantation City. Hurry now, get your plot of City to enjoy well-paved access roads with good drainage systems, perimeter fencing, top-notch security system with automated security gate, maintenance services, 24 hours power supply through independent power plants, reliable water supply, access to schools, clinics, worship centers, classic pharmacy, police station, shopping malls, recreational park, enough secured space for your children to play and ride their bikes, while you can take a stroll in an extremely peaceful, beautiful and fully landscaped environment. Wow, it is a great way to bring your dream into reality. Visit the Plantation City today at the Plantation City site, Otokutu along DSC Expressway, Otokutu, Delta State. For more inquiries, please call 0802-808-8144 and 0806-680-8953 and 0803-446-7510. Plantation City, your dream city in nature.
On the DRTV News tonight, Governor Obaseki resigns membership of All Progressives Congress Party reacts. World Health Organization advises countries to be alert as Beijing records over 100 COVID-19 cases. Bloggers to pay former Delta lawmaker 10 million naira for defamation. Hello, good evening and welcome to the DRTV News Tonight. My name is Ezoimbi Odumosu. We apologize for starting. Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki has finally made the much expected move as he formally dumped the All Progressives Congress APC to continue the pursuance of his re-election with another party. Governor Obaseki announced this on Tuesday, shortly after meeting with President Buhari in Abuja. The development, which was to further his re-election bid, several high-level meetings with top hierarchy of the People's Democratic Party in the south. That Governor Obaseki was last Friday disqualified from participating in the APC governorship primary by a screening committee set up by the party's National Working Committee on the allegations of discrepancies in his personal and academic records. The National Working Committee of the All Progressives Congress upheld the disqualification of Governor Obaseki as a candidate for the party's governorship election ticket. The party's national chairman, Adams Oshiomhole, upheld the decision to disqualify the Edo State governor not just for the uncertainties surrounding his certificate, but also because Mr. Obaseki had allegedly abused his power as governor of Edo State. He accused Mr. Obaseki of orchestrating the inauguration of only 9 out of 24 the Edo State House of Assembly and frustrating moves to resolve the crisis. Meanwhile, the All Progressives Congress APC says it is not aware of the defection of the Edo State government. National Publicity Secretary of the APC, Issa, in a reaction to media inquiries regarding the defection, said the party cannot comment on media reports suggesting that the Governor Obaseki had left the party. Governor Obaseki, who was last week disqualified from participating in the June 22 governorship primary election of the party in Edo State, reportedly resigned his membership of the party on Tuesday. As the world continues to battle the COVID-19 pandemic, the World Health Organization, WHO, has issued warning to countries saying a fresh outbreak of more than 100 cases of coronavirus have been recorded in Beijing, China's capital city. The WHO countries to stay on a resurgence of COVID-19 infections, saying the fresh outbreak is a cause of concern due to Beijing's size and connectivity to other countries. The WHO's Director General, Tedros Ghebreyesus, who disclosed this during a virtual press conference, advised countries that have demonstrated the ability to suppress the transmission to stay alert to the possibility of and lift bans. China reported a new cluster of cases in Beijing after more than 50 days without that city. More than 100 cases have now been confirmed. The world has been fighting the coronavirus pandemic since the virus emerged in Wuhan, China in late 2019. The federal government has warned Nigerians that the figures of COVID-19 cases in the country may rise and overwhelm health infrastructures. The chairman, Presidential Task Force on COVID-19, Boss Mustafa, who revealed this in Abuja, said Nigerians are becoming careless following the lifting of lockdown, adding that the government is no longer a frontliner in the fight against the virus. Mr. Mustafa pointed out that it has got to a stage where no amount of enforcement will help stop the spread. The PTF chairman said it is now the choices made by the people that will determine what will happen next. According to him, the people are the only ones that can work assiduously to ensure that the level of transmission is reduced now that it has gone into community spread. been deceived that Nigeria has reached the peak of the pandemic. In another development, the Director General of the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, Dr. Chike Ihekwazu, says that the country cannot afford any reduction in the number of available doctors now that it is faced with COVID-19 pandemic. Dr. Ihekwazu said a reduction in the number of medical doctors could affect the quality of care provided to COVID-19 patients and the welfare of other health workers. In a chat with newsmen on the strike by the National Association of Resident Doctors, NARD, the NCDC Director General recalled that right from the beginning of the pandemic, health systems in countries across the world have been overstretched. He added that health workers have been at the front line to provide care to patients. Lagos State has suspended the planned reopening of churches and mosques in the state on Friday, June 19 and Sunday, June 21. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu made the announcement on Tuesday at a press briefing. The state government hinged the decision on the rising cases of COVID-19 in that state. The rail transport suspended following the outbreak of the coronavirus in the country is now set to resume shortly after domestic flights resume operation. The National Coordinator, Presidential Task Force on COVID-19, Sani Aliyu, who made this known while speaking in Abuja at a daily briefing of the body, said the rail transport will begin as soon as the ban on interstate travel is lifted. Mr. Liu hinted that the task force will work with the Transportation Ministry to ensure that the Nigerian Railway Corporation puts measures in place to observe all its directives geared towards curbing the dreaded COVID-19. The Vice Chancellor of the Federal University of Petroleum Resources, Efren Fupre, Professor Ruke Akmofure, says the institution is now poised at harnessing and exploring gas flaring towards boosting the nation's value chain and economy. The new Fupre Vice Chancellor spoke in an exclusive interview with DRTV News crew of Nelson Miller and Oke Ebenum at a reception held in his honor by the Urobos Committee of Friends in Agbarauto, Ughelli North local government area of Delta State.
One of the numerous developmental challenges in Nigeria, especially the Niger Delta, is the issue of gas flaring. Successive government in the country over the years to end gas flaring with several deadlines, but it still seems to be a mirage. However, all narratives about ending gas flaring in the country are about to change for good, as the new Vice Chancellor of the Federal University of Petroleum Resources, Fupre Efrun, Professor Ruke Akpofure, says one of his agenda for the institution is to explore and harness the flaring of gas in the country to enhance the nation's economy. Professor Akpofure noted that the flaring of gas was as a result of the neglect of the other two components of the crude oil, gas and water, for only petroleum from the inception of oil exploration in the country. He said that the nation is losing several billions of dollars through gas flaring, stated that Fupre is ready to carry out in-depth research into how to harness and exploit the flaring gas into for the country's growth. Professor Akpofure also discussed his preparedness to raise status. The Vice Chancellor, however, lamented the deficiency of infrastructure in the school, appealing to women Daltons to support it with bidding projects.
My transformational agenda cuts across academic excellence, research excellence, increased funding, internationalization of the university. And when I talk of academic excellence, new teaching methodology, we are going to expand the university by introducing relevant courses in oil and gas industry.
A former Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academics of the University of Port Harcourt, Professor Sami Boje, Professor Okpako Igodo-Tairi, and the immediate past registrar of the Delta State Polytechnic, Otefe Ogara, Mr. Benson Omonode, Muhammadu Buhari, and Deputy Senate President Obai Sylvia Magige for the appointment of Professor Akpofure. They extol the leadership and resourcefulness of Professor Akpofure and urge him to make the Robo nation proud in his 5 years tenure. Others who spoke, including Dr. Agbalagba of Fupre, urged the Ortans, especially the Robos, to rally round the new Vice Chancellor of the university in order to succeed.
To the people is to support the Vice Chancellor to ensure that the university grows stronger during his reign, during his tenure, and give all the necessary support and advice. And we pray that he listens and takes the university to a higher level.
This emergence is a relief because he has been on the struggle, he knows the roots and knows where we are coming from and where we are going to. So by his emergence at the helm of affairs, we know things will be right.
When he must not take all by himself.
Professor Rim Rukia Akpofure, who is a pioneer staff of the Federal University of Petroleum Resources, EFRUM, grew through the ranks to the position of Deputy Vice Chancellor Academics before his recent appointment as the Vice Chancellor of the university. For drtv News, I am Nelson Miller.
Students of tertiary institutions in the country have been advised to use the period of closure of schools because of the COVID-19 pandemic to study and engage in further research in order to cover lost grounds when academic work eventually resumes. The advice was given by the Vice Chancellor Ruke, speaking on recovery plans towards academic work when the school resumes. A report.
Federal University of Petroleum Resources, Fupre EFRUM, Professor Rim Rukia Akpofure noted that the COVID-19 pandemic had disrupted the academic calendar for the year. Can keep abreast of academic activities in their various schools and during the lockdown of the university to gain lost grants caused by the coronavirus pandemic whenever the ban on academic activities is lifted.
Announced in this period, the university, especially Fupre, is prepared to close the lost grants. No more holidays. No more holidays. Academic calendar would definitely be adjusted to accommodate the lost.
Zero.
Challenging time for us all. We must therefore come together, support our government and health personnel to fight against and stop the spread of coronavirus pandemic. We must endeavor to
prevent infections by washing your hands with soap and running water for at least 20 seconds.
You can also use alcohol-based hand sanitizer if you don't have immediate access to soap and water.
It is natural to cough and sneeze. Do it into your elbow like this. Do it into your elbow like this. Or into a tissue paper like this. Dispose immediately to protect yourself and everyone around you.
In these trying times, it is important to avoid unnecessary socializing. As much as you can, avoid crowded spaces.
Maintain at least 6 feet between yourself and the next person. Make sure to wear a face mask whenever you appear in public. Avoid touching your face, especially your eyes, nose and mouth.
And when you feel sick, please by all means stay at home and immediately seek medical attention.
Most importantly, if you are experiencing symptoms like fever,
Dry cough, running nose,
body aches,
sore throat, difficulty in breathing,
tiredness and diarrhea,
In all of this, please make sure to maintain good personal hygiene.
please do not hesitate to call the Delta State COVID-19 response number.
Still watching the DRTV News, welcome again. Speakers of the State Houses of Assembly have been urged to ensure that all states in the country domesticate the Child Rights Act and the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act. The Speaker of the House of Reps, Femi Gbajabiamila, made the call when he met with some civil society organizations over the rising cases of sexual and gender-based violence across the country. At the meeting conducted via Zoom and moderated by the chairman of House Committee on Women Affairs and Social Development, Adewumi Onanuga, were the speakers of Bauchi, Ekiti, Delta, Edo, and Plateau states, among others, in attendance. Honorable Gbajabiamila said it has become imperative to address the problem of sexual and gender-based violence and urged states yet to domesticate the act to fix the challenges mitigating against it speedily. He said there can be a collaboration of the federal government, House of Reps, and National Assembly in helping to domesticate the two laws, taking into consideration the different cultures and communities in the country. The House of Reps Speaker further said the state assemblies are to work with some members of the House of Reps from states where the acts are yet to be domesticated for regular updates on the progression of the two acts in their respective states. He said that other resolutions are that the office of the Speaker, relevant House committees and government agencies such as NAPTIP, NHRC, and the police will provide technical support to state legislatures in amending the two acts to suit local circumstances to ensure timely consideration. As the world celebrates the 2020 Day of the African Child with the theme Access to a Child-Friendly Justice System in Africa, it has been observed that Nigeria is facing a child rights crisis. The observation was made by United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, Nigeria, which stated that more than 36,000 child victims of violence, including 5,693 survivors of sexual violence were identified and documented in 7 states of Nigeria since 2017. According to UNICEF, the number of children awaiting trial for what are often petty crimes is estimated to be more than 1,000, with children often held in detention with adults in conditions that no child should live in. Peter Hawkins, UNICEF's representatives in Nigeria, in the statement said, access to a child-friendly justice system is essential for protecting children's rights and addressing violence against children. The statement emphasized that without access to a child-friendly justice system, children's rights will remain elusive and the society will not serve the best interest of children, especially in the face of violations of their rights. Delta State High Court Akuku Judicial Division on Tuesday slammed a 10 million naira fine on popular blogger Mr. Fejiro Oliver and Mr. Kingsley Kuyenum in a libel suit filed by the former member representing Ukwane constituency in Delta State House of Assembly, Honorable Alphonsus Ojo. In the case with suit number A213216-2016, Honorable Ojo, through his counsel, accused the defendants of publishing reports that the claimant, a medical practitioner, performed an abortion of an 8-month-old fetus, which almost claimed the life of the supposed woman. The court found Mr. Fejiro Oliver and his accomplice, Mr. Kingsley Kuyenum, popularly known as Prince Terry K., guilty of publishing falsehood against Honorable Ojo on Facebook and other blogs, including some indigenous newspapers, where they defamed his character, describing him as a 419 legislator who was unfit to represent his people in the Delta State House of Assembly, among other defamatory publications. In his ruling, the presiding judge, Justice Mansa Oko, said the defendants, who filed a memoranda condition appearance, refused to appear before the court to defend themselves, pointing out that they were not able to prove their case beyond reasonable doubt. The lead counsel to the claimant, Jean Moa, represented by Mr. Chiamaka Okike, said the ruling will serve as a deterrent to other journalists who publish stories without cross-checking the facts, and those who go about publishing falsehood against responsible and respected citizens. Speaking on the outcome of the suit, the claimant, Honorable Alphonsus Ojo, said he was elated that the court had vindicated him, describing the judiciary as the last hope of the common man. Some of the former commissioner representing Delta State on the board of the Niger Delta Development State, late Chief Tom Amioku, have said he was an astute leader who will be greatly missed by all. Correspondent John Glover files in the report.
Chief Tom Amioku, who was born in 1946, hailed from Egborodi town in Okpa local government area of Delta State. He attended University of Lagos, University of Benin, and Temple University, Philadelphia, United States, where he bagged Bachelor of Science and Master's degrees in various disciplines, including business administration and education. He worked at the SY Delta Steel Company, DSC, Onwia Alaja, as Manager Strategic Planning, and was Principal Consultant at Tosket Nigeria Limited before venturing into politics. Between 1999 and 2007, late Chief Tom Amioku served as Commissioner of Power and Air, respectively. He also served as the Commissioner representing Delta State on the board of the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC. Chief Amioku, a knight in the Catholic Church and a prominent traditional chief in Okpa Kingdom, was married to Chief Roslyn Amioku and blessed with children. Some traditional chiefs and close allies of Chief Tom Amioku described him as a diligent and peace-loving leader who will be greatly missed by all.
He's a gentleman, he's calm, he listens a lot to persons,
And he addressed issues non-offensively.
There is a big blow. But the news came to me as a great shock. I did not expect it.
Tom Amioku is a leader to the core. A leader who tried to bring young men to become a great politician in the future. If we are to describe Tom Amioku, it's a man that we cannot forget in open.
The death of Amioku is a very big loss. I can tell you frankly, it's one of the finest gentlemen in the podcast circle.
He's a friend. He's a brother.
He's a man with enduring wisdom. And he's a gentleman to the core.
It's a big loss to us in Okpe. And I know it's also to Delta State in general. Because himself too was equally instrumental to my appointment.
Chief Tom Amioku passed on at the age of 74 last Saturday after a protracted illness. For DRTV News, Jan Glover reporting.
Bulletin. But before we go, we take a look at the highlight. Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki has finally made a much expected move as he formally dumped the All Progressives Congress APC to continue the pursuance of party. Governor Obaseki announced this on Tuesday, shortly after meeting with President Muhammadu Buhari at the presidential villa in Abuja. And that's our news tonight. Thanks for watching, and we'll still have more programs coming your way on this channel. My name is Ezoimbi Odumosu. Remember,